6:30. Let's stand. Thanks our city clerk, Mark Smith, to lead us in prayer this evening.
Let's pray. God, we thank you for the opportunity to do the work for the city. We ask your hand of protection, God, on our citizens, our employees, and anyone that does any work for the city of Bryant. Guide us, God, in our decisions that we make tonight. We ask you to be with us. We pray for these things in your name. Amen.
Amen. Join me in the pledge of allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. All right, call this meeting, regular city council meeting, May 27, 2025, to order. First item on the agenda is the approval of minutes. No, sorry. Call the order, roll call. Sorry about that. Roll call vote. Roll call, not vote. Just roll call.
You know what you meant.
Thank you.
Burgess.
Present.
Higginbotham.
Here.
Martin.
Here.
Meyer.
Here.
Mosley.
Here.
O'Rourke.
Here.
Permenter.
Here.
Rodell.
Here.
Have a quorum. All right, now, to minutes. First item on the agenda, approval of minutes, April 29th, 2025, regular meeting.
I move to adopt the minutes.
Okay, we got a motion
Second.
and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. All right. Tricia has got some good news for us and joined with Boston tonight. He's very excited.
I was going to say, he doesn't look very excited. He's like, it's been a long day. It's hard. What?
Mine is a special toy.
This right here is a check for $5,000. All we had to do was turn in our data on time for 3 months in a row. It was fantastic.
Wow.
So if we keep that up, which we have been for a couple years now, but if we keep that up, we're eligible for another $5,000 grant. So just wanted to let all of you know about this. So we're going to put this to good work.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good job, Boston.
Now Boston stands up. All right.
Is excited about that. $5,000 will buy a new tree.
Public comments. I don't see any. There's no old business, so we'll move to our finance report. Joey Black.
Philip actually gave me a microphone down here. Is it okay with you guys if I stay here? You don't hear me okay? The first one's the regular report ending April 30th. I did a few highlights in the mayor's memorandum on it, but the one thing that you could have noticed was the street fund went from 115 days cash to 111, but that's in anticipation of getting the borrowed funds, and so that'll be probably corrected the following month, if not the month after. Everything's going according to plan. Really, that was it. Did anybody have any questions on the April ending report?
So April tax revenue is February reporting?
Yes. And we did actually get, was it earlier today?
Got it today, yeah.
So the numbers that came in earlier today are better than these numbers. They're still not up to forecast, but they are up to they were over last year's amount
Okay.
this time.
Yes.
That's better.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and it usually trends like that, you know. So that's one reason I'm not recommending any changes or anything. I like to see how it goes. Any great question? Any other questions?
Do we want to talk a little bit about the new?
Oh yes, good idea. There was a page added to your report this month that I have not added before, and it was more detail. I know you've seen the numbers in red on the new reserve tentative policy. You haven't adopted it yet, but we decided that we put it in last year's budget book at the beginning of the year, and we're going to live with it for the whole year, seeing how we like it and how it works. And one of the things that I was trying to I was not struggling, but trying to figure out about the grants. So I did this workup. It should be, I think, page 9 in the report. And you'll notice out to the side, I've just made notes about a grant that came to you guys last month. And so I'm trying this approach. So if you have any comments about this new approach, because in all likelihood, we'll look at it again when we go through budget season, and then ask you guys to adopt it, possibly with the budget book for it to go into effect 1/1 of next year. So any questions on that? Oh, and this was in too. This was, Crystal's Capital's sheet. So there's just lots of really good detail in the report, but I don't want to bore you guys by going through every page of it. But does anybody have any questions on it? Okay. All right, there's that one.
No questions? I'll entertain a motion.
Motion approved.
And a motion,
Second.
a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion passes.
All right, thank you. The next one is budget adjustments. I was kind of hoping to not have to bring any back to you guys this month, but we did get some resolution on the issue with PD and their spacing, and so that was time sensitive, and that's the biggest entry on this list. There were some other ones, we're working through collection batches and water billing, trying to send some of those things out for collection and working on that. And then the CAW bills, so far they're like above our estimates for what we think that, what we had put in the budget last year. So I just adjusted those two. In all likelihood, we'll probably have some revenues that adjust up to later. I'm still thinking water, wastewater will probably be at least a break even minus capital. So did anybody have any questions on any of those other items on the budget adjustment list?
So how's our CAW off?
Well, it's whenever at the beginning of the year, we estimate and we put in the purchase orders for the entire year. And so based on our estimates, we're going to be short that amount if our estimates come in accurate. But like I said, I think there's going to be some revenues that we're probably low on too. So I didn't bring all those to you. Just while I was bringing a list, I brought anything that went over the category because by law, that's what I need to bring to you guys, and it showed up on this report. So I'm bringing it to you now. I don't think that it's a big concern or anything, but we might as well get our books accurate while we're doing it. Okay. Anything else?
All right, you have a motion to approve?
So moved.
A motion,
Second.
second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passes.
Thank you. And I had help from Ashley on this one because, and we both agreed maybe it didn't even have to come to you guys, but you know me, I would rather have it come to you guys even for a small amount. I don't know how many of you have ever noticed this, but up in the top right corner of page 5 of your report for about the last year has been a little listing of liabilities. And one of them is money that we collected years ago. At least two mayors back for the MIAC Council, and it's just been sitting there. And Preet had asked me, could he use it for this new one, which has a connection to that group, but is not exactly the same. So we did up this resolution to make that transfer and asked you guys if we could do that tonight.
And we handed out the resolution. There's a little problem online. It didn't show up in the packet, but the link, you can click on the link and see it. So we, instead of bringing back MIAC, we're just partnering with the Student Senate in Blessed Bryant. And so it's serving that purpose of connecting students to service, volunteerism, and city government. So I meet with them once a month, and we talk about how the city works and leadership and those sort of things. That we're doing the leadership conference later in June. And I guess it went away during COVID, And I was having conversations with the high school, and this was kind of, the Student Senate exists, it's part of the leaders that are identified by the school and their classmates. So I just thought it was better to just connect with that group instead of bringing back the advisory council. And it's more than just seniors, it's all different ages of high school students.
Well, in a sense, it's going to the school.
We're going to use it with all of the things that we do with Bless Bryant and the Student Senate.
So how will it be?
So we used some of it, or did we use some of it for the,
For the Bless Bryant Vision Luncheon, where we had residents, nonprofits, church leaders that came into to a vision luncheon, and we basically passed the vision for Bless Bryant this year.
and they introduced the Student Senate leadership to them. But we haven't decided what else we would do.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion passes.
Thank you.
All right, I guess a few months ago, the Burnett's came forward with a request to help with their landscaping that was affected by the sewer repairs in West Point, that you're all familiar with. They've agreed to our proposal on the bit of property they lost in that, when the wall was built. No. Okay, sorry. So, when you guys asked that anything moving forward with West Point be brought to council. And so that's before you now. Ashley, would you?
I sent out an email earlier, kind of about my opinion, legal opinion on this. I've talked to the Burnetts about it. They're aware of my legal opinion. I did inform them that it was ultimately up to council before we could spend any kind of more money on this project. And that is when they requested to be on the May agenda, this agenda. And Ms. Burnett, if you want to come up. Exactly what you're asking. I think she presented, Mr. Burnett, presented the appraisal last time. I think it was.
Well, no.
A couple months ago.
A few months ago, yes.
Well, ours wasn't an appraisal. What we had asked for was additional landscaping to help with the drainage issues, and fairway lawns to come in and do weed and feed for a year. We have found through the last few weeks and that our yard, the sod has not taken in all the places, so we have a patchwork, and it is not warranted by McKinsey because we do not have a sprinkler system in our backyard. So we have that to repair. Water is standing still after rain days, and we did not have these issues before. There's also rocks and weeds, which shouldn't have never been there because the ground should have been leveled or maybe not leveled, but it should have been put back to where the sod wasn't just laid on top of the mess that was left by just grating the dirt and rocks off. So that's an issue. And on top of that, we have a drainage problem on the other side of the house from the backyard. Don't know what it is. My husband kind of dug in it because our other neighbor is now complaining of drainage problems. And there's a big wet spot between our houses. And obviously, he's assuming it's coming from us due to what's been going on. And so we felt that these estimates, plus what the city was offering for the fence encroachment, would hopefully be able to help us take care of, to try to find a way to get the drainage issue solved by using plants and bushes, shrubs that would take up extra water in that backyard. So it won't come down and, keep our yard wet, and hopefully we can figure out something to do to where our neighbor's yard isn't wet as well.
So the offer for the encroachment was $3,000, and then the estimate to finish the yard was $4,134.47. So the total, $7,134.47. Oh, that's right.
The city changed it to 3,500, but if we have to stay at 3,
We did, we came back.
I didn't
with
know
it.
that.
Yes. And I believe the landscaper, did you all pick out the landscaper and then the bill was sent to the city and the city paid for it?
unfortunately, we were not able to choose our landscaper with who we originally gave our bid for due to the fact that it was over budget. And so we were only allowed a certain amount of money, and it would not cover the complete landscaping issue that we were going to have done when all this came through. So we ended up having to settle for someone that was, honestly, they didn't do a very good job. And Miss Joyner's yard, it's not good either. But she can deal with, that's her landscaper, so she can deal with him. But, yeah, no, so we didn't get to use who we wanted, didn't get the ground prepared like it should have been to be back like it was. And so, and like I said, they won't warranty it work because we don't have sprinklers in the backyard.
Any questions?
I've got a question for Ashley.
Yes.
So I'm trying to read this, and maybe it's my little school education, but I'm only seeing it was 3,500 and 1,500 is what I'm seeing.
Yes, we offered 1,500 to Miss Joyner and 3,500 to, this was for the fence encroachment. This did not include anything about the landscaping. It's my opinion that the landscaping would be between the Burnett's and the person that was hired to do the landscaping.
Has this been
City-
signed?
No. Mr. Burnett has indicated that they wanted to accept that, but it comes with a release
Yeah.
of liability on everything.
Well, we're not just going to give money to give money.
I understand, but my yard was used as a storage yard for 2 years.
I understand.
And I will say, for the council, there were 2 contractors that did not have a contract that y'all spent over $150,000 to. And also, I'm sorry, Mark, but it was Mark Smith, our city clerk's yard, that is pristine now due to all this, and we had the crack yard. I'm sorry, but I just don't think that's fair at all. It really is not. And in the big scheme of things for the city of Bryant, of everything that they spent on that, and I'm sure they overspent on the whole project because it was just a cluster, I don't think $7,600 is unreasonable. I really don't. We had a perfect backyard, and we gave it up for 2 years, 2 full summers. It was 21 months to be exact. And none of y'all would have allowed it to happen to you. We kept on allowing it because the city promised us it would be back the way it was. It may not have been you, but whoever was over that project severely failed the city of Bryant, the council, and the citizens.
Did the contractor address anything? Do we have any response from them about it? The city obviously didn't do it. We contracted out the whole thing, correct?
Correct. Are we talking specifically about the landscaping in their yard?
Yes.
I have not heard from the landscaper
Okay.
or anything in that. I know when complaints were coming regarding standing water, that our Public Works Department did go out there, found there wasn't a leak, that it was storm water. I know some things were corrected during the project, and we've also had, we had 100-year rain during this season also.
Yeah.
So, but no, I have not heard from.
I was just curious because we've had this issue with several contractors, specifically the right-of-ways.
Contractors are not ultimately, the city of Bryant is responsible. You're responsible for who you contract, and your employee that was over the project failed, period. He made promises that he did not keep. And the reason we're upset about it is it shouldn't have happened. There's no reason why it should have gone on as long as it did. We had 30 by 50 feet piles of dirt in our backyard for months. Months. And nobody would like that. And then it still took another year to get it fixed after that. Equipment in my yard for months. Paying somebody that wasn't even there. He'd come in and move his excavator, whatever the little thing was, just say he worked that day. And I had to sit there and look at it every day.
Any other questions?
So what is Ms. Burnett asking to be?
So, the total would be $7,634.47. That's the $3,500 for the encroachment, and then the $4,134.47 for the landscaping.
Which is, between that and what was spent on it, is still less than our original landscaping budget. And it's releasing the city from anything, so, you know,
What's that overall figure?
$7,634.47.
3,500 has been agreed to,
It
correct?
has not been agreed,
Has
there's
not been
been,
signed.
Okay, I got you.
It's signed.
Yeah,
Correct.
Right.
but they were amenable to the 3,500,
And
but
that's
wanted to talk
just for
about the landscape.
Land.
Correct,
Issues. Okay.
correct. The 3,500 came with a release,
All right.
and they wanted to bring this
Okay.
issue before council before agreeing to sign that.
So if we approve something, can we put like a 48-hour accept or not on it? Okay.
Is there an action item before us for this, or is this something that we would just give good graces to continue to
I believe there would
negotiate?
need to be a motion to spend that additional money. I came to you, I forgot what month it was, and you were agreeable to, I think the amount was 5,000 for the encroachment of the fence, and 3,500 of that would go to the Burnetts, and then 1,500. So we would just need a motion to spend any extra money of that 4,500 or whatever that was, that they are asking in additional.
I'll make the motion to do it.
All right, we've got a motion to add the $4,134.47 for landscaping to what's already been approved by council.
I'll second.
Got a second? Any discussion? All in favor?
I'm gonna do, you have to approve this motion, then I'll do the amendment.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, motion passes.
Mayor, I'd like to amend that, I guess it's a resolution, legal.
It was just an agreement, but I can,
It's an
yes, I
agreement.
can amend that. You wanting to add the 48 hours to sign?
72 hours.
Okay.
yeah, my husband's out of state right now, so I'll be back Thursday.
I understand.
I can email that out to them as soon as.
Okay.
Is that acceptable?
Yes,
You don't-
acceptable.
No, it's, okay.
It's just a long time coming, I appreciate it, I really do.
Thank you for your patience.
So
Thank you.
we got an amendment to add 72 hours to sign.
Second.
A second. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Burnett. Thank you, Council. All right, Public Works, and we're excited tonight to bring to the podium Bryce Rimmer, our new GM of wastewater utilities, and birthday boy
Wait.
tonight.
I'm the official song leader.
Sing is.
By the way, there's 3 of us up here that really like your hairstyle.
That's one of it is.
So I have the comprehensive street maintenance and widening plan, the phase 1 of it. The city put out an RFQ for this. We had 3 people come out for the RFQ. We chose Garnett for to work on the phase 1 of the plan. It's $150,000 for phase 1, ceiling on it. I believe it's already been approved, right?
It was in the budget. We just wanted you to see it, and if you have any questions.
So I have a question, I do have a question about this. So I think it was 22, they did the Fred Baker truck, that had a whole presentation about it driving all over the city and taking pictures.
I remember.
We spent $170,000 on that.
Uh-huh.
And what did we get from it? What did it do for us? Did it not do some of this?
I'm not sure what they did with that.
Well, we never saw a report, and I asked about it and didn't have one at the time.
So that was an asphalt assessment report of the entire road of the city. It was videotaped, they did reflective crack analysis, but basically gave a state of the cost of what the roads currently are. I believe this particular thing is to go even to use that data as well as to go and look at all the roads, like we know Spring Hill Road needs improvements in widening, we know Hilltop needs improvements in widening. So it's to develop that capital improvement plan, to look at those things, to see what the cost of all that's going to be.
Yeah, I think all that data that they gathered during that drive around is going to go to Garnett, and they're going to use that to develop their plan for what we need to do to widen the streets. I know Spring Hill Road is definitely an issue.
Where's the money coming to pay for it, Joey? Is this coming out of their budget? It's already budgeted.
I think, wasn't this budgeted?
Yeah.
It was
budgeted.
And
Okay.
I think it was under professional services.
I think so. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure it was.
Thank you.
Yeah, we just wanted to just know about it and see the contract. I don't think we don't need a motion or anything, do we, Ashley? Since it's in the okay.
And meet the man.
And then get to meet and have the birthday man.
I have one more thing, though. I do.
The next item has been recommended by the Municipal Funding Committee.
I didn't print it out, I'm sorry. It's rather lengthy.
It is.
It's the Stormwater Comprehensive Master Plan. I haven't got a chance to read all 250 pages of it yet, but it came recommended, like you said, from the Funding Committee, so.
It is interesting for those of us that have read it, or at least most of it. It's interesting to see how the city developed over the years. You can see the old part of town and the infrastructure that's there, because that comprehensive plan maps all that. Am I right, John?
Yeah.
Yeah, you put it under your pillow and read it, didn't you?
That's exactly right, osmosis.
So it's just a motion to accept it as a planning document. That's it. There's no rates at this point or anything like that, just a planning document.
So this has just been done in the sake of transparency?
Yeah, just to let everybody know, this is our plan.
Okay.
This is our plan to deal with the drainage issues in the city.
This dog thing's cracking me up the whole time. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's cool, but I feel like him right now.
That's just because the way he's laying. You
I
got
tried to take him out and he came back in.
I saw it.
And I believe this is just a stormwater plan. It's not any projects or anything. It's just a guideline for what we're going to do. I mean, yeah.
You need a motion?
Yes, please, to accept it as a planning document.
Planning document. I'll make that motion.
Second it.
Thank you.
A second, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. All right, any council comments?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to take advantage of that to invite anyone who's interested in entrepreneurship, innovation, aerospace, defense. There's a Phoenix Accelerator Demo Day on Thursday at 1:30 at the Clinton Center, downtown Little Rock.
Outstanding. Thank you. Is that it? Any other council comments? I don't have any mayor comments. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Adjourn.
All right. Meeting adjourned. Thanks, everybody.